Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Today we're talking about the Black Crow's Serpo. Serpo is an awesome ski. It is one of the most well-rounded all-mountain skis that I can think of. 93 underfoot, a little bit of metal, not too hard to ski, but hits a pretty darn high performance level. And yeah, it's really fun. It rips turns on groomers. You can go ski it in moguls without feeling like it's too catchy or too demanding or anything like that. And I'm psyched to have it back for another season. It's almost like it hasn't quite gained the popularity that I feel like it deserves. You do see them out there, but just for its well-roundedness and how many different types of skiers it could work for, I'm truly surprised that you don't see more. Pretty simple construction overall. It's some interesting stuff in what they do with the metal. So it starts with a poplar wood core, nothing crazy going on there. And then we get 2 layers of H-shaped metal. And that is something that we see in other skis that Black Crows makes. They used to use it on the Orb. Now they continue to use it on the Justice. I will say, like, Serpo and Justice aren't the best comparison because Justice is considerably stiffer. And I think it's important to know that the Serpo is going to be a little bit easier to ski or a little bit less demanding than the Justice. So that's basically the gist of it for construction. Full vertical sidewalls, really nice finish quality. Black Crows does a great job with construction. Throwing it on the scale here, we've got a 180.1 centimeter ski and it's 750 grams. I was just talking about the Justice before filming this video. That ski in a similar length hits over 2,000 grams. So there's almost a 300 gram difference between Serpo and Justice. And that is really coming from the way that they mill the core. At least that's what I attribute it to. Serpo just stays a little bit thinner through its core, which helps give it a softer, rounder flex pattern than Justice. And like, you know, to think of some other popular all-mountain skis, say Enforcer 94, that's a similar width, similar shape, also uses metal. This ski has a much more supple and rounder flex pattern, but it's still got some oomph to it. There's still like enough here that you can trust it and ski it pretty hard and pretty aggressively. And like I said earlier, 93 underfoot. And aside from that, or in addition to that, pretty like normal all-mountain shape here. 20 meter turn radius in this 180.1 centimeter length. Decent amount of tip rocker, but there's not a tremendous amount of splay. So you're actually gonna get good feedback and good control from this tip. It's not just gonna wander. And then decent amount of tail rocker too, but again, like not much splay. So if you need it, if you need the grip from the edge back here, you're gonna have long effective edge, but you can ski it flatter, you can get it to wiggle a little bit more easily, and I think that's a great achievement for Black Crows. It's something that we talked about with the Justice too, but it's so much different just given the weight and the flex pattern that it creates 2 very different skis. I've always really enjoyed skiing the Serpo. Remember first time I skied it, I was just like, that thing is incredible how you can easily generate energy through it. It's really easy to initiate a turn with this tip shape. Once you're in the turn, it's pretty easy to bend it. It's not tremendously stiff, so you can generate a lot of energy through bending it. And then you get a really nice kind of snappy finish to a turn that's easy to control too. Because there's tail rocker back here, it's not just forcing you to hold on to the finish of a carve all the way through. You can really feather a turn very nicely and kind of get your tails to skid out just as much as you want, which is awesome for speed control and just kind of feeling more confident and more comfortable out there. Jesse got on it at our ski test, and I thought that he had a lot of great things to say about it. I would encourage you to read his feedback and the feedback of other people too. But he talked about how it transitioned really, really nicely from short turns to long GS turns. And I think that's pretty spot on with the Serpo, and it's just one of those kind of snapshots of its performance that tells you that it's a really good all-mountain ski or a really versatile all-mountain ski. It doesn't really feel like it prefers one type of turn over another. So you can make short, quick turns on the side of the trail. You can take it into bumps and tight trees and more technical terrain and kind of make those same turns, or you have to make those turns when you go into moguls and trees. And it just allows for that very effortlessly. And then you can get on a groomer and you can make pretty darn dynamic carving turns. It's not the strongest ski in the world. There's no metal up here in the tip, so you can kind of twist it. It's sort of designed that way. They don't want it to be so much torsional stiffness up here that it's harsh, and same down here too. So it's not limitless power and limitless edge grip, but for most skiers, the Serpo has plenty of both of those things, and then you benefit from its capabilities just doing all the other stuff. So I like the Serpo a lot. Let me know what you think of the pink sidewalls. I thought that was kind of a cool little pop of color for 2026. And yeah, that's the Black Crows Serpo. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you out there on the slopes.